Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk about the nerdy news that you need to know about. It's the only news that matters. It's good news. And on today's show, Sonic is primed for a TV comeback. Ash is finally the very best. And Donald Glover's gonna prove that disco is not dead. But as you know here at Model Behaviour, action figures always come first. Or sometimes not at all. So let's talk about them. Alright gang, I've got a load of stories to cover and I'm going to try and bulk film a whole bunch of episodes so that I can take a couple of weeks off Christmas and the New Year. So I'm not going to be too strict with my edits and my cuts on this. We're going to be a little more loosey-goosey. Anything happens, we're just going to keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is. We're going to rock this thing till the wheels fall off. What's that from? We going to rock it till the wheels fall off. Hold up. Hey, buy toys every day. I'm feeling a little musical today. Enough with the tangents. First story to talk about is McFarlane. You see, I'm going to check my cheat sheet. Not even going to edit that. McFarlane have shown a reveal pic of something that I got to say looks pretty freaking cool. Hang on. I'm overexcited. I'm spitting all over the place. What's his name? Calibac. You know, Calibac. No, I've got no idea who this dude is, but look at this big trolley boy mega figure. Oh, me like you. Dave like you, this one. So, I'm going off to another song there. What was it? The Lonely Island. Me like you, Dad. Me like you, Dad. So this is some dude from DC, I don't know, but if anyone has like a Marvel Legends, Thor, Norse kind of collection, boom, this is a troll right here. This is any kind of big Mythic Legions collectors, because I think he looks awesome. Because like his armor and costume, it doesn't look sort of specific. There's no big like bat symbol or something. It's not freaking Bat Troll, although I'm sure McFarlane would have loved that if it was. No, he's just a big troll dude. So that looks really cool. No release on, no news on release dates or anything, but just again, kudos to McFarlane, man. They're killing it. This year they've really been upping their game. Speaking of big figures, this is just a little aside. You want to feel my pain? I don't know why I'm doing these hand gestures. I'm like Daddy Magic. You want to feel what my pain is? Yep. I pre-ordered Select Beta Ray Bill on the day he went up for pre-order. And the company I've ordered him from, not going to name and shame. I'm sure it's just his supplies are what supplies is. I'm sure they work hard. But they still have not sent him to me. And I get an email from Disney saying, hey, we're trying to clear out all our stock of this guy. He's going half price now. Do you want him? I'm like, oh. This is the downside of paying full price with a deposit. Yeah, not paying a deposit, just paying full price. Because I do that so that I can then be like, oh, I can forget about it now. It's paid. When it arrives, fantastic. I haven't got to worry about a bill or anything. But that also means that I've dedicated $30 to a figure that I've still got to wait until the new year for, where I could go on to Disney and buy him for 13 quid. Bonkers. But that takes me on a nice little transition to our next story, which is a nice little segue there. Diamond Select. The Beta Ray Bill looks awesome. You know what doesn't look so good in my eye? Their new Reed Richards. Okay, we're finally getting another Fantastic Four member. So we've had a super old thing who's like a chunky doorstop. Then they did the Human Torch. Now we've got Reed Richards. And like, he looks okay, but Diamond Select, I've never liked their human figures. Their humans always just look kind of weird. And Reed is no exception. And his body... Okay, the normal body is like, it's fine. And at least I'm giving them points for actually doing something creative with his stretching powers. Hasbro, you listening? Freaking salad tong fingers. They've given him like a swirly like body base, but it's a little unusual, isn't it? Someone pointed out it looks like a toilet roll holder, but there you go. And also on the Shardamus Prime reveal, he did point out it looks a little cross-eyed. There, not the sort of intelligent scientist you might be expecting. Derp, I'm Reed Richards. Derp. I'm sorry. I'm in a Christmassy kind of mood. I'm just kind of feeling it. Don't know why. I'm just a little bit silly. So yeah, they revealed it. No release date. Not that I'm aware of. The price is probably going to be about $30 because it normally is. But yeah, kudos for doing something creative with the body. But it does look a little unusual, and he's got different looking hands as well, like stretching hands. So double thumbs up for that. And yeah, it looks like a good Reed Richards to me. If you're someone like me who enjoys just like cataloging and just looking at things, who doesn't like looking at things? I think that's basic human nature. We love looking at stuff. Well, NECA are doing their kind of 12 Days of Christmas advent calendar type thing, where they're doing all these downloads of these beautiful big posters that just chronicle everything that they've made. And I love particularly the Aliens and the Predator ones, where you can just track all the different releases, the 100+ different permutations and variations of Predators and Aliens. I pop for that. I mark out for that. I think that's super cool. You can see the big mega figure type figures on there as well. They've got another one for their like movie type characters. They've got a Ninja Turtles one. It's super fun. So yeah, go and check out like the NECA Advent drops, and you can just see like what they make and go, yeah, them boys been busy. Speaking of being busy, Hot Toys have got a couple of new announcements. I'll go over the less exciting one first. There's Wenwu from Shang-Chi in a suit. And this is a Hot Toys exclusive, I think, exclusive from their website. Is there any more information that I need to recount? I don't think so. It'll come to me if there is. I'm glancing down to see. Nah, I don't think so. It's Wenwu in a suit. This has got to be. This has got to be for like the hardest of the hardcore collectors. This is going to be someone who's like, I got over $200 just burning a hole in my pocket. What can I spend it on? Not saying it's a bad figure by any means, but just like, are you desperate for Wenwu in a suit? Because there you go. If you are, you can get him. But now, speaking of suits, this is a much more exciting one. Spider-Man No Way Home finale suit. The shiny red and blue, the most classic Spider-Man we've ever seen in the MCU, and we only saw him for the briefest, most perfect moments, like a little glance, but now you can just take in all the glory in the Hot Toys figure. Different unmasked Peter Parker head sculpt. They've done like a nice looking sort of neck kind of piece, so it looks sort of more natural when he's got his mask off. I think that's some really nice touches and work that they've done on there. Let me see, I do have some more information. Retail in the US, alright, for $280 for the standard version, and then $345 for the deluxe, and they're going to ship Q1 to 2024. So a long time to wait, but hey, I mean, come on. We waited a long time to see Spider-Man in his proper red and blue, so we can wait a little longer for the Hot Toys, am I right? These look so beautiful. They've even got like the eyes that move around for Peter, so you can position him. Like you can give him the McFarlane side eye if you want. I think he's gorgeous. When I saw it, I was like, golly, Scarlet Spider's looking kind of lonely, isn't he? What do you think, Dave? He looked pretty nice with the classic Spider-Man. No! Gotta resist, but damn, it looks so pretty. Going over now to SH Figure Arts, and they released images of their Dragonball, what is it, Super Broly? Superhero Broly figure. You know me, I don't know my Dragon Balls from my Dragon bums. I don't know. But again, like I said in a previous video, those figure arts, Dragon Ball figures, like I'm always so tempted to just go down the old treat yourself route and just pick up one of them, just because they do just look just as action figures. They look really, really good. I'd love to have like one of the guys with the big green hair, just like little power effects being like, ah! That would be really fun. Or they got like some weird monsters. They got like a big fat pink guy. Those could be just a fun addition to the shelf. But again, I'm not tied to the story in any way, so there's always something else that could take my money. But this guy, he does look decent. Are there any more information I've got? Yeah. Gonna retail for about $60. That's all I can tell you in that regard. And he's going to be released around about June of 2023, apparently. So for you Dragon Ball fans, there you go. Super Broly. Go get him. This is awkward. Next story. Keeping it with the kind of Japanese anime sort of vibe, but going over to statues, and I get to say some of my favorite words to come out my mouth. Kotobukiya Bishouju. Just those are good words. I like them. They are doing a King of the Fighters. Is it King of the Fighters? Yeah, King of the Fighters 98. A statue of Athena Asamiya. And y'all know me. I like my cheesecake. And actually, this isn't too cheesecakey. It's actually quite a conservative kind of costume for a Bishouju kind of figure, and it looks respectable. You know, it's like you can bring a lady back to your house, and if that or a guy or a gent or whatever, you know, whatever stirs your tea. You can take them back into your house, and if you have your little Bishouju statue there, they're not going to go, state of your decorations, mate. They'll be like, oh, cool Kotobukiya Bishouju statue. And you'd be like, I see you're a connoisseur. So, yeah, there it is. And of course, there's going to be more information. It's not like I'm unprepared doing these videos. It's going to be priced $129.99. You can call it $130. We all know that centers a price rhetoric. And it's scheduled for release June 2023. Isn't Brody 2023? Yeah, June. Yeah, they're both June 2023. And here I thought I just mindlessly copied and pasted the same thing. Something a lot more grim, gritty, and real world now. If the real world was populated by zombies, 3-0 are doing a 1/6 scale Governor figure. Remember the Governor from the long ago, the way back when? What was it, like Series 3 that we got the Governor? Man, that feels like a long time ago. Walking Dead it's been around. It's been around a while. It's been a while. So, don't start doing that, Dave. Governor looks good. I mean, it's like Hot Toys kind of style. I've never seen a 3-0 1/6 scale figure in hand, so I can't say like, oh, yes, it's the same quality or better or worse. I don't know. Pictures look nice. Judge for yourself. We're all about freedom of thought and expression here. Me and Elon, we're all about freedom of expression. You can say what you want. Actually, no, I'm probably more conservative than Elon Musk. I'm like, no, you can't say whatever you want. You got to be nice. That's my rule here at Model Behaviour. You can say whatever you want. Just be nice to people. Anyway, that's a bit of a tangent. So the Walking Dead Governor's figure, 3-0, $189.99. So a little bit cheaper than your average hot toy. And he's due for the second quarter, again, of next year. Sticking with 3-0 now. This is just a real early little preview, but something to really kind of get the excitement going. Their DLX Transformers line. DLX gonna give it to you. They gonna give it to you. What are they gonna give you? Starscream. Oh, buddy. Honestly, I don't own any 3-0 DLX Transformers, but those are probably like aesthetically for me. That's the ultimate combination of cartoon aesthetics with more of a real world kind of look. That's just that's like the sweet spot. That's why I quite like the Bumblebee movie, because I still think they were maybe a little bit too Bayish, but they were so much more like harkening back to the 1984 original designs, and that's what 3-0 are going for, but with that slightly grimier real world kind of look, and I dig it, man. So a Starscream like that, and that means that Thundercracker and Skywarp, there you go, I got it, they can't be far behind. So yeah, that's exciting news. I think I might have reported on this ages ago, but I just saw it pop up again, and I was like, oh, I'll talk about it again, because it's on my radar again. That's that Figma, alright, Good Smile Company, are doing a Chainsaw Man figure. Now, I just recently watched a documentary about Chainsaw Man from Super Eye Patch Wolf, an amazing YouTube creator. He doesn't need me to shout him out. He's incredibly successful. So he did a documentary about the anime and the manga, and I just thought, oh wow, I could totally get into this. Because he similarly did one on Berserk, and I was like, well, now I'm obsessed with Berserk. So Chainsaw Man, yeah, now I'm thinking not only that, but there's a cool looking action figure coming out next year of him. I could be on board for this. So this is going to be coming out August 23rd next year. About $110. And yeah, just dude with chainsaw hands and face. Like, yeah, sign me up. I got to start reading that. And finally, just not sort of new toy news, but like things finally dropping. And that's the Mezco, is it Theodor Sodcutter? I just had Sodcutter in my notes. The Sodcutter figure from their Gangrene Estates line, which actually hasn't taken long. They announced it for order, and then it was ready. Amazing how that can happen. So I'm just reporting that it's dropping because it's fun. There's all on the internet groups, on the Facebooks. All people are posting pictures of their new Sodcutter, and I'm so freaking annoyed, man. I didn't know he was as big as he is. He looks so good. This is not news. This is just a chance for me to get annoyed with myself for not ordering him, because I looked at him and I was like, no, Dave. You don't need him. Don't be silly. And now I see people showing pictures and I'm like, oh, the FOMO is real. With the amazing facial expressions, the light up eyes, you're just so big and towering and, should have ordered a Sodcutter. That's a problem with Mezco. You miss it, you miss out. But also, you know what? The world's going to keep on spinning. You know, don't worry. I'm sure I'm going to be hyper fixating on something new in about T-1 minute. So, yeah, by the end of this video, there'll be something else I'm obsessed with. Speaking of which, let's go on to the next story. Film and TV now. And again, there's just so much stuff. So much stuff to talk about. First of all, Donald Glover is going to be making a Hypno Hustler movie for Sony. There's just when you think, like, to think that we were amazed that they were making a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, we're getting the Hypno Hustler. But that's the thing. This could actually be a perfect kind of project, because similar to Guardians, or even more so, the average Joe on the street, or even your average comic book fan, I don't think there were any Hypno Hustler stans who are like, if they're doing the Hypno Hustler, they'd better be true to the source material, they'd better honor the character. No, it's the freaking Hypno Hustler. It's a dude who hypnotizes people playing disco music. Like, this is not a sacred text. So if Donald Glover, who, you know, whether you're like a fan of his work or not, like, that guy's like, subjectively, he is a very talented dude. He is a great creative mind, whether you like his music or Atlanta or anything else that he's done. I have high hopes. So like, if he's attached to a project, I tend to think, you know what, there's going to be some credibility to this. So if he has like a great, fun, interesting idea of this story of a disco musician who attempts to hypnotize people to rob them or whatever, that could be fun. It could be fun, weird, quirky, unusual, off the wall. I'm down to clown. Let's see, Sony. Sony's efforts outside of directly partnering with Marvel have been, it's been choppy waters, but we got Kraven coming out soon. I say soon, yeah, at some point. Got Madam Web. Now we're getting the Hypno Hustler. That crazy story from like a year ago, where we had a list of, Sony are going to be making all of these bonkers characters, and we were like, I don't think those are going to see the light of day. Well, yeah, I was wrong. It seems like they're seeing the light of day. So, more power to you, Sony. Let's see what you can do with it. Now, when it comes to making lemonade out of lemons, got that right there, no one is better than Henry Cavill. Boom! First of all, I think the internet's most beloved man after Brendan Fraser. If those dudes ever paired up, it's game over for the rest of us. So Henry Cavill, fresh off of being booted out of the Superman role, is like, okay, no problem. Well, I suppose I'll just make my other dream project that I've always wanted to do since I was a young child. We're making a Warhammer TV show with Amazon. Not redoing that. With Amazon. Henry Cavill is going to produce and star in a Warhammer 40k TV show, possibly a movie as well. It's all very early sort of days and reporting, and the problem with doing a daily news show, or semi-daily, is that news changes every second, so this might be out of date with the actual format of exactly what they're doing. But bottom line is, Amazon, Henry Cavill, Warhammer. It's a happening. And I couldn't be more excited for this. I am a fan of Warhammer. I never played the games properly because they were too complex for my ADH-riddled brain. I was like, so it's numbers and you've rolled. I'm bored now. But I loved the characters, the designs, the monsters, the creatures, the lore, all that stuff. And I'm so, they can mine so much of it. If you're not familiar, I'm sure you all are, but yeah, Warhammer it's Lord of the Rings, but 40,000 years into the future. So it's Lord of the Rings meets Star Wars, where everything is awful. Everyone sucks. It's all just hell on Earth in space. No, that's why it's going to be real interesting to see how they can translate it, because even the good guys, not really good. They're like religious psychopaths. So it's gonna be really just create something amazing, guys. I want to see it, and I'm sure we're all happy for poor little Henry Cavill, the boy who no one wanted, has finally had some good luck. That's the funny thing. There was so much sort of sympathy for Henry Cavill, and it's like, dude, I think he's gonna be fine. It's like, I don't think we need to feel too sorry for Henry Cavill. I think the universe has been pretty good to him, and it continues to be, and he repays the universe by being what seems to be a stand-up bloke. So more power to him. Cannot wait to see what this ultimately becomes. Something that has already become, something that is the movie 65 with Adam Driver, former Star Wars, I keep forgetting his name, the Star Wars sequels, Han Solo son. I just can't remember it. It's crazy. I've got a blank spot. But Adam Driver. Movie is 65. What's a 65 in relation to? Million years. We're going back in time. Gotta go back in time. So it's set in the future. Alright, bear with me here. It's set in the future where Adam Driver and his companion, they're going off into deep space to try and the world sucks and they're trying to fix it. But they end up going back in time. Are they trying to find a new planet to terraform or something? I watched the trailer, I swear I did. Bottom line, they go back in time, 65 million years in the past. It's Adam Driver with a laser gun versus dinosaurs. Sign me up! I love it when a movie just pops up that I had no idea of. It reminds me of going to the cinema in the early 90s as a kid, where you didn't have, trade magazines and the internet and stuff. So when the trailers came up, it's like, what bounty are you going to give us? And 65, yeah, I am down to Dino Clown. That's kind of fun. I'm down to Dino Clown. Now, someone who I am a fan of, but not all their stuff, is Hideo Kojima, the arguable mastermind behind the Metal Gear Solid franchise and currently Death Stranding. He is making a Death Stranding movie. What studio is he making it with? Kojima Productions and Hammerstone Studios, okay, just reading my notes there, are working on a Death Stranding movie. And I haven't actually played Death Stranding because it doesn't look focused enough for me. Too much just walking around. I'm like, no, I need dopamine hits regularly or I lose interest. But I love the creative ichor that, Kojima pours. There's good stuff. And he's always been a movie maker at heart. That's what Metal Gear Solid was all about, really. It was making the most cinematic movie-like video game experience. Now he just gets to straight up make a movie. And, now you got to wonder, is it going to star the stars of the game? Because that would make sense. You got Norman Reedus right there. Or is it going to be a story set in that universe? We don't know. But there are some little interview excerpts. I'm going to read them to you. I couldn't be more excited about this new partnership with Hammerstone Studios, Kojima said. This is a pivotal moment in the franchise, and I'm really looking forward to collaborating with them in bringing Death Stranding to the big screen. And Hammerstone representatives say, we are thrilled and honoured to have the opportunity to partner with brilliant and iconic Hideo Kojima on his first film adaptation. Unlike other big-budget tentpole video game adaptations, this will be something far more intimate and grounded. Our goal is to redefine what a video game adaptation could be when you have creative and artistic freedom. This film will be an authentic Hideo Kojima production. Those quotes were taken from Deadline, by the way. And that's the big thing. Kojima has always claimed that he's been stifled by the studios he's worked for. That was the whole thing about his exit from Konami, which made Konami look really bad, and I'm sure they are. But at the same time, I think he was costing them millions of dollars, and they were like, we can't keep funneling money into this project, you gotta release it. So that's the difficulty with, an artist and an auteur. I appreciate the money men are look, I know you have a creative vision. I respect that, but you gotta actually get this out. So it's a two-way street. But to see an actual film by Hideo Kojima, yeah, I'll be there opening night. Speaking of being there opening night, Avatar: Way of the Water. I saw it. I was there for the whole runtime of 3.25 damn hours. Okay, look, I'm not going to spoil. No spoilers, all right? But just my overall thoughts. It's a well-made movie. There is nothing bad about Avatar 2, except for the length. It's just too much. It is punishingly long. By the 2-hour point, which is normally where your average long movie finishes, I glanced at my watch and went, there's still over an hour to go with this, and I'm done. By the time we got to like the big, massive, ultimate climax, I was like, I'm full. I've eaten a 4-course meal and a massive chocolate cake. I'm full. I don't want to be here anymore. And that's such a shame because there's so much good stuff in there. But also, there's not enough. It is like the size of an encyclopedia with a paper-thin plot. Like I could sum it up again. No spoilers, but bad guys are after good guys. Good guys hide somewhere. Bad guys find them and they fight. That's it. 3 hours. And there's just not enough intrigue and nuance and, different stories interconnecting and colliding and things intertwining. Like, I need more than you're giving me. Because also, like, 99% of the story is set with the Na'vi people. And, they talk about nature and the water and the whales and the fish and life and we must do... So there's no banter. There's very little like human beings talking to each other like human beings, being like, hey, what's up? Let's talk and chat and have some fun, interesting dialogue. No, it's all like, we are learning the ways and, you must be respectful and don't fight, but maybe do fight sometimes and, God, I'm so bored. I'm so bored. Dude, it's a tech demo, especially halfway through the movie, man. Halfway through the movie, like, it just becomes an hour and a half Sony Bravia tech demo. This is what's going to be on loop in 4K in your sharper image stores in a couple of years' time. You're going to walk in and go like, oh, wow, yeah, Avatar looks amazing. Because also, look, the full disclosure, like, I saw it in 2D, which actually means it had to stand not for its visual, amazing 3D-ness. It had to stand on the part of just being a great, entertaining 3-hour movie. And it didn't have the chops to do that. When I'm sat there watching it in 2D, I'm like, it's pretty, it's nice. But you know what's like also like real, like genuinely stunning is actually seeing real things in real life, like an incredible sunset over the mountains or a cascading waterfall. But if you saw that in real life also, you wouldn't want to stare at it for 3 hours. It's just too much, man. It's just too much. It's such a shame. So that's my take on Avatar 2. There's nothing bad about it. It's just James Cameron has no respect for your time. At all. Just like me going on this rant now, but you can skip this to the next chapter. That's what you can't do when you're watching Avatar 2. That's the problem. Also, look, I think the problem is, another one, James Cameron made a movie for James Cameron. James Cameron is obsessed with technology and underwater stuff. So for him, I bet he freaking loved it. It's like, we're seeing all this technology on screen. We're seeing amazing underwater stuff. This is for me. It's like, yeah, but it's not for me, man. It's not for me. So, yeah. Also, this is an analogy that I really like. So, you have probably the greatest sci-fi trilogy of all time. The original Star Wars, all right? So, episode 1 to 3. Nah, I'm kidding. So, episode 4, A New Hope, was followed by The Empire Strikes Back. This great expanding and extending of the story. Avatar 2 is to Avatar 1 what The Force Awakens is to A New Hope. It's pretty much just telling the similar story with similar faces and a new generation of people in there. It's a Happy Days reunion show with a new cast to like relaunch the rest of the franchise. It's like, that's totally it. That's my bottom line. Avatar 2, Way of the Water is The Force Awakens as opposed to being The Empire Strikes Back. Which, by the way, you could have watched, pretty much, you could have watched A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back in the time it takes to watch Avatar 2. Holy potatoes, something's wrong with that. Something that's getting good reviews now. I got to take it down a notch. I'm exhausted now after doing that. Sonic Prime has hit on Netflix, and it's getting decent reviews as a family-friendly kid show that parents and, children of the 80s and 90s can enjoy. It's a fun time. I've been reading some different reviews and watching, so like the IGN review, they gave it an 8 out of 10, and they're saying that it's just a fun continuation of the Sonic story. Apparently, like, some of the pacing is a little bit off here and there, but the character designs, the voice acting, the general arc is all good, fun, entertaining stuff. It's dealing with more multiversal type things. I love the fact that multiverse is the word du jour of everything these days. And that's great, because it just means you can do whatever you want and people get it. We understand Rick and Morty, MCU, now Sonic, everything's multiversal. It's a good time. I think I'll check this out. I'm a big Sega 90s kid. Sonic's my jam. Was that the name of a game? Sonic Jam? I'm sure it might have been. Anyway, I'm going to give this a go. It looks fun. Speaking of fun, and a little bit of wrestling too, Chris Jericho, the Ocho, is going to be in a horror movie about pro wrestling, which already I'm in for this, called Dark Match. For those who aren't into wrestling, a dark match is a match that happens at a TV taping before they start filming TV. It's like a warm-up match, so that's where the term dark match comes from. Don't know anything else about the movie. That's all the article sort of says and talks about. I had a little chat with the director, but it's not someone I know, and of course it was just one of those little sound bites of, oh, Jericho's amazing, this is a great project, it's going to be awesome. But it might be, or it might be utter schlocky trash. Either way, I'll probably have a good time with it. So yeah, Chris Jericho adding another creative notch to his bedpost. It's a weird analogy, but he's going to be in this movie. I'm going to look out for it. I'm not sure. I'm sure it'll come like straight to streaming probably. But when it does, I'll probably stream it. And finally, news that came out ages ago, but I kept forgetting to mention it. Congratulations to Ash Ketchum from Pokemon, who after 25 years is finally the very best, as the song always said he was trying to be. So that's what happened apparently at the end of the most recent series of the Pokemon TV show, is that Ash, I would have just assumed this would have happened ages ago, but apparently not. So finally, at long last, Ash is the very best like no one ever was, and that's kind of amazing after 25 years to actually wrap up this story. And it's not quite wrapped up. Apparently the next season of Pokemon, this is the new kind of news that reminded me to talk about this. The next season of Pokemon will be the last to feature Ash and Pikachu as the main protagonists. And it's kind of the end of an era right there. That's quite something. So for all of you lifelong Pokemon fans, I think that's going to be quite a heart-wrenching kind of moment. I was like too old for Pokemon. I was already about 20-ish when it started. And again, it was a card game that involved numbers and statistics. No, thank you, sir. But this is the end of an era for a lot of people, and they're going to be starting a whole new Pokemon series after this that involves a whole new team. So I made some notes. Blah, 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 25 years. Next season, the last one. Yeah, I don't have any more information than that. But hey, it's sunrise, sunset. One Pokemon is over. Another one begins. It's kind of interesting to talk about. Terrible link. Next story. We've been going for a while now, so let's jump on over to Cosplay Corner, and an unusual one this time, mainly because it doesn't involve me finding an excuse to have a scantily clad lady in the thumbnail. I know, that's going to kill my viewing numbers, but I gotta give props to Michael J. White. Man, this dude, this was the actor who originally played Spawn in the 90s movies. He's a massive comic book fan. He's always been pushing. He was in Universal Soldier, I think, as well, or one of the sequels. He's just a martial arts badass, basically. And I feel bad for him because he was born at the same time as Wesley Snipes. Because believe you me, if Snipes had not killed it as Blade, Michael J. White would have been, boom, right in there. And he's showing it 20 years after those movies came out, more so, an amazing cosplay promo reel thing that he's done as Blade in the Midnight Suns gear, the black and gold, which looks wicked. Massive props to Michael J. White. I mean, that guy's gotta be pushing 50. Surely, he must be. Still looks like a freaking Don, man. I couldn't think of a good word like a Don. Yeah, he looks like a Don, I guess. Insert better word for badass looking human being. So I hope that one day he will get to be a part of a cool Marvel project or something, because the dude deserves it. He's been pushing this aspect of his career for so long. I would love to see it come to fruition. Someone there in Hollywood land, make it happen. And finally, I am so excited about going over to Japan in March because I'm going to get to go to Nintendo World, but some folks in California going to get to go there sooner because officially on February 17th, is that the date? Yes, it is. On February 17th, Super Mario World in Universal Studios California will officially open to the public. And this, like everything I've seen from the Super Mario World in Osaka, just looks incredible. I'm so excited, but I've tried not to actually see too much. Like a movie, I don't want to see spoilers. So I've only seen a couple of pictures, but that's all I need to know that this thing is going to be off the hook. So guys, if you are in California or you're planning to go there, let me know. And when you finally go and see it next year, I'd love to hear your experiences, what you think of Super Mario World, what your take on it is, because this for me is going to be a massive highlight of next year. I cannot wait. And I'm glad that folks over in the US, you're going to get to enjoy it as well. And that does it for Good News for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. What did you think about the stories covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want to go one step beyond, you can go over to patreon.com/displaying-model-behaviour. Toss a couple of bucks my way. It helps keep the lights on and get these shows out more regularly. Also, I had a little brain freeze there. I'm still taking applications, video submissions for my Christmas special. If you want to send me a video of your favorite or the best action figure of 2022, you can do. I'm trying to get 100 submissions. We're close. Maybe you will be that 100th video. So if you could send one in a landscape format to the address down below, that would be absolutely amazing. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want. It could just be your hands holding the action figure and just say, hey, I'm so-and-so from wherever I'm from, and this is my action figure of the year. That would be fantastic. So guys, thank you so much. That video is going to come out on Christmas Day, by the way. It's going to be a whopper. So gang, thank you for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior. We're gonna rock it till the wheels fall off. Hold up. Everybody for the next episode. Hey. Smoke toys every day. Smoke toys. Buy toys.
Cup of coffee. Cup of coffee. Big time coffee.